Guys, welcome back to the garden. So it's just about sunset and the sun is really shining on my face and I'm feeling really cozy. So in yesterday's video, the summer garden cleaned up video, I told you that I've got some two volunteer pepper plants that I showed you growing together with the grapevine cutting, and I said I'm going to be transplanting those into the garden today. So this is the video. So I'm going to be doing something. I'm going to be throwing a fish head and a fish tail in two of the holes that I'm going to be planting those pepper plants. So the pepper plants are the Bishop's Crown pepper plants or the Christmas Bell pepper plants. Those are the two pepper plants that I'm going to be transplanting into the garden today. I'm also going to be adding some worm castings into the hole and some crushed eggshells into the hole just to complement the fish head and the fish tail so that I really spice up things for the pepper plants and we'll wait to see how they are going to do. So with me here, I've got the two volunteer pepper plants that are growing together with the grapevine cutting in this plant leaf. So these are volunteered themselves to grow along with this grapevine cutting during the winter. You can see that at some point the pepper plants died back, but now some new leaves are just starting to come up. So I'm going to be transplanting these two right here. I'm going to put one there and one over here. Here in this plate covered with the khaki paper, I've got the fish that I'm going to be putting in one of each hole. So this is a fish that went bait due to the load shedding that we have been experiencing. This fish went bad while it was in our fridge. So I'm going to be using it in the garden to place it in the hole that I'm going to be planting my two pepper plants. In this plastic bag, I've got my worm castings that I'm also going to be adding in the hole that I will put the pepper plants. In this cup here, I've got the crushed eggshells. Okay, so right now I'm just going to go ahead and stick a hole that I'm going to place in one of the pepper plants. I'm sure you can see that this fish is starting to attract some flies. This just goes to show you that I'm not roasting this fish at all, but it has really gone bad to the point that we can't bring ourselves to eat this fish again. So I'm going to use it in the garden to fertilize the pepper plant so that it doesn't go to waste. So right here I'm just trying to dig a very deep hole so that when I place the fish head, the depth of the hole that I will dig, the smell of the fish is going to be masked so that the kids from around here are not going to smell the foul smell which would be coming from the fish head and the fish tail. Okay, so I think this is a hole deep enough that if I throw in this fish head with the foul smell, it's not going to attract any kids to come and dig it up. You look at the color of the fish's flesh, you can see now that it's kind of off-white, which just shows that this is no longer fresh. Now that I've got my hole dug, I'm just going to place in this fish head at the bottom of the hole, and I'll go to my own castings bag, take a handful of castings and throw them in the hole, and again go to my my crushed eggshells and pour them inside there. So what the fish head is going to do to my plant is that it's going to decompose swiftly, and as it decomposes, it's going to release some nitrogen, some calcium, and some phosphorus, and some other trace minerals that the plant's roots are really going to benefit from. Okay, guys, so the wind castings again are going to provide some more nutrients. They're going to build up the soil structure, and they are going to catch the nutrients. As we are going to be watering this plant, some nutrients are going to leach deep down into the soil. So the wind castings are just going to act as a barrier for those nutrients that we want to reach, and it will catch those nutrients and keep them available for the plants. The first eggshells are rich in calcium, so those are going to provide some more calcium for my pepper plants. So the pepper plant has developed a good root structure. This is going to help it to quickly find some nutrients. So now I'm just backfilling the hole and add some dried grass in there and some soil on top of that. And of course some more castings on top of the surface. And I need to also dig mulch around the plants so that when I water, the moisture is really going to be locked in there. It's not going to escape. But maybe before I put back the mulch, I should just give water first so that the water could really uh, penetrate the soil without the hindrance of the mulch. So since I'm just planting this pepper plant, and as you saw, the soil that I was pulling out of the hole was really dry, I really need to water this plant very well and let the water seep in. And I can now bring back the mulch around the plants. Just like this. I've planted the pepper plant with the fish head and the worm castings and the crushed eggshells. I'm just going to do the same with this other pepper plant here. And since you've already seen the whole process that I followed, it's the same process that I'm going to be using for this one, with only the exception that in this row I took the fish head, and for the row that I'm going to be planting this other pepper plant, I'm going to put the rest of the fish body and the fish tail. So maybe I'm just going to do a time lapse. So guys, that is how I transplanted the pepper plants and placed the fish head in the fish body and tail in each of the two holes that I transplanted the pepper plants. So that's just about this video, guys. That is how I transplanted the two volunteer pepper plants, and throwing in the fish head and the fish tail in each of the holes, and adding the worm castings and the crushed eggshells to really pamper the two volunteer pepper plants. So I just want to thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.